Welcome in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Glad you guys are with us. Something's going funky with the board here. So hopefully we're live. We've had some technical difficulties here, it looks like, this morning. So if you want to call the show to tell us that you're listening and hearing us live, that would be good, because I've kind of got the feeling right now I'm not really sure.
You're pushing buttons over there, though.
So 805-595 is 3776 is the phone number. And you guys go ahead and give us a quick shout if you can hear us. And if you can't, give us a call too. But welcome in. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on ESPN Radio. And the Golf Talk Radio Network. In the studio with me today is Mr. Dave Shamandel from slicksticks.com.
I would curtsy for you, but it's radio.
It's right. You can still curtsy. That would still work. And to Dave's right, my left, Miss Nikki Anderson.
Good morning, Mike.
Caddy, good morning, Nikki. How are you?
And she could curtsy for us.
She could.
Yeah.
Not as well as Jason Duffner.
Did he do that?
Did he curtsy?
Did you hear?
No.
He ripped his pants at the Tour Championship, so he was...
This tournament going on right now?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
How did he rip them?
I don't know.
He
I've been
curtsied.
trying to find that out.
So we're
but
gonna
he
have
was
to-
curtsying, trying to get the ball out of the hole. Yeah,
Oh, that's good.
Oh my goodness.
it was.
That would be a nightmare.
Yeah.
That would be an absolute nightmare.
I've
Yeah.
done that.
Have you done that? Where?
And I wore rain pants for the rest of the round, and it was about 100 degrees outside.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
When did that happen?
Oh, geez, that was just 1979. It was a tournament, of course.
Of course it was.
Wow. How 1979.
Yeah,
huh?
something like that, 78, 79.
Where were you playing when it happened?
It was in Stockton.
Where?
It was,
Stockton.
God, what was the name of that course? I don't know. But it's at the end of 8 Mile Road.
Yes.
I remember that.
Elkhorn.
Yes.
Elkhorn
Very
Country
good.
Club.
Elkhorn Country Club, the longest 6,000-yard golf course on the planet.
And one of the tightest.
You know it.
Oh yeah, that was where my pro at the time, Scott Sikich, said, "You're going to go take the PAT, whether you can pass it or not, because I want you to
Not
go."
fair.
Oh, it was brutal.
Oh, it had par fives on it
Yeah.
that were like 3 feet wide.
Yes.
And out of bounds left and right.
Oh, yes, that's so true.
What a fun course that sounds like.
And you know what I remember about it?
Always
is-
had good greens.
I remember that, and I do remember the greens were great, but they were extremely elevated, like off.
And they were tables.
Yeah, they were like literally like
God, I haven't
6 to
thought of
8
that
foot
course.
tabletops. Like the fairways could be flat, and your greens were just like
Yeah.
mountains.
I haven't thought of that course in
And-
probably 25 years.
Yeah. Oh, I've thought about it a lot. When I go up there to my wife's parents, we pass by that course,
Yeah, it's,
and I have nothing against the course. I really don't have. It was just one of those memories that kind of you go through there and you feel the memory. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do.
Boy,
it's at the end of 8
that was
Mile Road.
that was a grinder.
And which means how far is it away from the freeway? About 8 miles.
Yeah. It is actually not. It's only a couple miles, maybe a mile
No,
off
it's
of
not very far.
I-5. It's not that
very
far.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's funny. That's really funny. So we start the show off today with ripping the pants.
There you go.
Oh, nice. A good picture of Jason Duffner's butt. That's always a good thing to see in the morning.
I'm sorry. Give me some more coffee.
It says warning graphic.
Morning graphic. That's too funny. Again, if you guys are just joining us, it's Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy in the studio. I have Dave Shamandel from slicksticks.com, Miss Nikki Anderson also to Dave's right. Mr. Gibbs is up with the
What's
first
he
tee
doing?
kids for
He's up
the,
at Pebble.
I think it's the Pure Championship, I think they call it now. It used to be the Nature Valley
Is that what
Yeah, I
it is?
think
Open.
it
It's
is
no
pure.
longer that, but it's up at Pebble Beach where they have the first tee players play with the PGA Senior Tour players.
Yeah.
I think Owen is playing in that. I'm not
No,
mistaken. Is
next
he?
year.
Next year?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's what Nikki and I were trying to figure out. So Billy is, if I think he is, he's on the bus with the kids going up there right now.
I got a good one about that. My wife was out of town last week, and I never sleep when she's gone. So I wake up in the middle of the night about 2:30, and
Yeah.
I turn on the TV and just channel surf around. And, oh, there's Golf Channel. Let's see what's going on there. And there's some senior guy showing a kid how to hit a bunker shot, and he's going on, and I'm half asleep. And I look up, I go, that's Jack. They did a repeat from, remember when Jack Averett won?
Yeah, I saw
up
that.
there? And
Yeah.
well, they evidently they were.
Was it Gary Player that was showing him?
No, it was. What's his name?
It wasn't. Was it O'Meara?
It was that guy that's over 50 years old, real good golfer.
That could be.
Are you talking about when they were actually playing?
Yeah.
No, it was after the awards and everything.
Yeah.
Jack said he was walking down the fairway, and they called him over and said, "Here, come on, try this." And it was a hard shot.
Oh yeah, it was really
the ball
hard.
was like 2 feet below his feet,
And he
in the
got it
bunker,
out.
and he hit a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh god, I can't think of. I don't know. I can't remember.
I
the
could-
name.
I
Well,
thought-
that was funny. It was just in the
I thought it
middle of
was
the
either
night.
Gary or Chichi Rodriguez.
It was
or
like a Chichi. It was.
Yeah.
It was
I can see it.
Mexican, Argentinian
Yeah.
type.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but it was
Cabrera? Wasn't Cabrera?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, that was an awesome moment. That was actually really cool.
That was really cool. But yeah, in the middle of the night, I wake up and there's Jack.
Yeah.
There you
that's-
go.
That's really cool.
I was watching it last night a little bit. They were on.
Oh, really?
Pebble. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Playing.
those kids are amazing.
Yeah.
When they interview the kids, they're absolutely unbelievable.
They're more articulate than the pros.
and a lot some of
They're
them play better
amazing.
than the pros.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, and they only take. My understanding is they take somewhere between 77 to 80 kids from the entire network of the First Tee throughout the United States. Which, when you think of how many kids are going through the program,
That's a pretty good pool to
That's
draw from. You bet.
crazy, and that's not
Yeah.
that many opportunities for those kids. So
That's
the kids that made
so
it there,
cool.
they work their way there. Not just because they're great golfers, but they have the.
Oh, they got to.
they gotta go through interviews.
and all kinds.
They have to write essays. They have to say why they want to be there, why they should be there, what they want to do, their goals. I mean, it's just on and on and on. So, hats off to the First Tee and hats off to the
to
champions.
those
Tour.
kids
Yeah.
too. That's
It's a great event. And I know this weekend, if you guys are looking for something to do and you want to go up there and watch, it's a really fun event to watch.
It
too.
is really fun.
They've got a lot of stuff up there for the kids. The STEM, I think it's still brought to you by Chevron. I think it's science, technology, engineering, and math, if I'm not mistaken, is
Yeah.
the STEM zone. And it's awesome. They have a lot of things up there. They've got a TV booth where the kids can get up on a TV set. They'll actually video them doing the news.
oh really?
And
Oh, how cool.
they do the science of putts and how they break, all these different things.
Yeah, maybe I
And
should
it's
go.
it's really cool.
maybe learn something from.
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
I've gone probably for 4 years. I think every year it gets better.
It's at a pretty good golf course too.
Yeah, just a little guy, little Pebble
Yeah.
Beach thing.
Oh,
But,
great golf course.
Anyway, this is the kickoff to Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. It is the morning BM. I was trying to figure out, because this week has gone by super, super fast. And actually, I knew it's like, oh my gosh, the show's coming. I haven't done anything to prep on it at all. And so I was I was thinking really hard last night when I got home.
Yeah.
And I was tired. And, when you think real hard, you never get anything out of that. It just never happens.
I don't know. I don't do it much.
Yeah.
So I woke up this morning and I started thinking about it, and I was like, there are a lot of things happening in the world right now that are a deja vu for me. Back in 91, when I was going to Cal Poly, 1990-91, the first Gulf War started. I was really young, and there was talk of the draft. There was talk of a lot of things going on. And then now you got a lot of crazy things going on with missiles firing over other countries and our president making comments and different things like that. And I'm not going to get political on it,
Good.
but it made me realize how life does really cycle in a lot of different ways. Like, here we are, my son is 16, and this stuff's coming back up again, and whether it's just a coincidence or not, things do cycle in life. So then my question is, okay, take that to golf. So do you guys feel, and we'll carry this over into the next segment here, but do you guys truly feel like with your own games or students that you have, Dave, that people's games cycle and it always comes back around to the same issues that they had from the very beginning?
Certainly.
And
Every player has that one bugaboo shot that they've been fighting their whole life. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Most good players, it's a hook.
yeah.
I've never hit a hook.
Oh,
Believe me,
that
you
was,
don't want to learn how. I was in a
Are
course
you
up in
saying something about my game, Dave?
No,
there's
not at all.
a chair over here, Nikki, if you need to
There was a course up in Sacramento. I
move
used to
away
work
from
at,
Dave.
And we every once in a while, I'd take somebody out, and he said, "God, teach me how to hook it." And I said, "You really don't want to know." And he said, "Oh,
Yeah.
yeah." And I would make bets. I said, "This guy's going to be back for another lesson inside of 3 months." Saying, "Please
Yeah.
teach me how to slice it."
Please teach me.
Yeah, that hook, that's a nasty shot.
You know,
Yeah.
the interesting thing about the cycling is, and maybe it's easier for me to see it because I haven't been golfing all that long,
Mm-hmm.
but the first time through everything,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like forever that you're having the issue.
Right.
And then the second time through, you kind of go, wait a minute, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to like just relax, it'll go away, or not worry about it, or whatever the answer was. And you
Right.
kind of get through it a little faster. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's not quite as like, I mean, I can remember just thinking, oh my God, I can't hit the golf ball anymore. It's over.
Yeah.
I can't play. You know, I mean, you go
Hey,
through
you've
these
told me that.
emotional.
You've told me that several times.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I've experienced that myself. I just don't share it.
Well, we all have.
That's the way I deal
you mean,
with it.
You mean I share more than you do?
Yeah, well, that's
Oh,
probably
gosh.
because we are doing golf lessons and
Yeah,
you have to
that's
share
true.
information with me. But sometimes I share it. I don't share it because I'm like, it's just a cycle.
Yeah.
It's going to go away.
yeah.
It'll,
yeah.
No, not necessarily.
It'll go
I
away.
always thought golf is the type of game that when you're playing good, you're just wondering how long it's going to last.
Oh,
And when you're playing poorly, you're wondering, or you just know it's going to last forever.
Yeah.
so it does cycle.
Yeah, it does. Well, and even what I was talking to you about yesterday, the whole thing with my arm and,
Yeah.
coming back and everything, I went out on the course. And actually, I didn't have this experience until I was cleared to kind of hit half shots.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I can't believe how happy I am. I'm out here on the golf course. My arm feels good, da-da-da-da-da. And then like a split second later, it was, oh my God, I can't hit the ball at all. I'm never going to play again. I mean, it was this emotional roller coaster that was unbelievable,
Yeah.
in my head going on. Where probably no one around
So
me
what's
knew I
the
was doing that.
the bigger question is what's the root of that? What causes well, we know it creates the bliss in a golfer, and endorphins like a runner, but in a golfer hitting great shots creates people want to come back.
Yeah.
But then why does it suddenly, how can it be so good and then the next shot be so wrong? How can it just suddenly do that and it just immediately impacts your brain from going, I'm feel great, this is awesome, to I
Yeah.
just want to walk off the golf course.
I mean, it's such a little microcosm of life,
Yeah.
It
But it happens so much faster.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you're talking like that could change in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. In less than a minute.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then it could change back the other way.
But I
the
think
next
that
hole.
if you can learn how to manage those things emotionally, just like in life, if you can learn how to manage up and downs of life emotionally and realize that it's not the end of the world, that you will
Right.
get through it, you can have a little bit more steady.
Right.
What do you think, Dave? Did you get through it?
I always thought it was the end of the world. I don't know. That's too heavy for me. I'm not that smart. I'll just listen.
It's too heavy
Oh,
for you?
Yeah, I don't know
Oh my
that stuff.
gosh.
We don't have to know. It's just more, what are your feelings? You know what I mean? Like it's.
How are you feeling,
I
Dave?
don't know.
I'm asking more out of curiosity. I just think, I don't know. I mean, maybe like again, I go back to what's happening with life events right now, or world events, I should say. And there's always been conflict in the world. I mean, it's always
Yeah.
been there, and whatever causes it. It's different things, but. It was very strange to me when you capture a moment, if you're really paying attention to what's going on, that when I realized what was going on, I'm like, man, this is too weird. Like, it's just to sit there in front of the TV and hear what was being said and the things that were happening. And that the road it's going down is the same road,
Yeah.
except this time it's in a bigger theater. It's a much bigger theater than what it was in the Gulf War. It's much
Right.
bigger. There's too many other countries involved in this. So like when it comes to golf, the issue can be either with yourself. The issue can be cycles that you have with playing with people you play with. You know, after a while, you're just like, I'm sick of playing with this person because they do this every time.
Yeah.
Maybe they do it once a month. But they do it. And I started thinking, well, you could apply that individually. I do that every year. I get to this point. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Da da. And so it's like, how do you break this? I mean, if the cycle's bad, how do you break the cycle? What do you do? Can you break the cycle,
Yes.
or is it just part of? Is it just part of the game? Is it part
I
of
think it's
know?
part of the game? Be honest, and then
Yeah.
how you handle it. And you look at players, different players, good players or poor players handle it differently. Some people, ride the highs and look at back in my day, the two biggest players on the planet, Arnie and Jack, and they couldn't have been more opposite in the world.
Yeah.
One was very energetic and God, he just wore his emotions on his sleeve, and the other one very cold and calculated. And who's going to say which one's right?
Yeah.
They're both right for that person.
Yeah. Interesting. I think I don't know. Like Dave, like you said, maybe it is too deep, but I think there's just too much coincidence there. To me, there's just too much coincidence to like ignore it. Like you could use it to be a better golfer.
Yeah.
If you just go like, hey, it's just a cycle. That's just what it is. That's all it
Yeah.
is. Like you said, I mean, nobody's got no. I could say, I guess somebody could get hurt if you hit somebody with a golf ball, but nobody's going to get hurt from it. Nobody's going to die from it. So if you realize, like what you said, Nick, it's part of life, and it's golf is just a game. It's not, it might be a lot of your life, which you put more weight into it, so it has a bigger impact on you. Whatever it is, it might be because it's your career. It might be because you're involved in the industry, and it makes it tougher to go through these cycles year after year after year after year, to where you just kind of go, okay, and then eventually you're like, I'm just going to learn from it. It's just what it is. I hit that shot.
Yeah.
I've told people that I've had golf lessons with, when they're really struggling, if it makes, I found, at least when they feel like someone else has gone through it, it makes them feel better. I've had golf lessons where people are like, God, I'm hitting this shot. I can't get rid of it. And I said, I've done that before.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'll probably do it again. The only way I'm not going to do it again is if I don't play.
Oh, so
and I
true.
don't hit range balls. Then you know what? It's never going to happen again. But then I'm never going to play golf again. And that's not necessarily a choice at this point that I want to make.
No.
So I mean, it's interesting to me.
I think it also helps when people can separate themselves from their game.
Yeah.
Like, if you get so wrapped up in, I'm a golfer and that's who I am and I'm supposed to play at this level, and then you don't.
Right.
And it becomes like this hit to your own psyche.
Oh yeah.
But if you can walk out there and go, it's funny, the first time I did that was when I went up to the San Francisco City this last year.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to play my game, whatever, and if I'll hit some bad shots. And it didn't really, like, in front of people, especially in front of people who are watching you, you top your 3-wood or something. And it's like, I just kept on going. It was the best round of golf.
Yeah.
But I separated, like, I don't have to be that perfect, in my mind, what I want to be through my game.
Yeah. You're truly just playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and it was
truly playing.
freeing.
Wow.
It was freeing to have that outlook.
Golf is a game of misses,
Yeah.
Yep.
and that's all there is to it.
And-
That one
And
time
recovery.
I saw Hogan speak, he said he only expected to hit 4 shots around the way he planned it.
Yeah.
And he was a pretty good player, I understand.
Yeah, definitely. By
Yeah.
the way, a lot of great comments on your Hogan equipment talk
Oh,
that you
about
brought
how he
last
used to
week.
bend the clubs, yeah.
That, people love that.
Really?
They thought that was so cool. So kudos to you, man. That was that was awesome that you brought that up, Dave. That was really cool. We're gonna take our first break. That was the morning BM. You're listening to Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy right here on ESPN Radio and the Golf Talk Radio Network. I want to thank TaylorMade Golf for sponsoring us. It's their M1, M2 drivers, fairwoods, hybrids, and irons. Same letter, better everything. Visit TaylorMadeGolf.com today. We'll be right back with loose impediments and more. If you want to chime in on any of the topics that we're going on about, you can call us anytime.
I got another
805.
food word.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
805-595-3776 is the phone number here. We'll be right back. Stay with us.